So guys, today we're going to be calculating the area of triangles. To be successful, you're going to need to use your previous knowledge of all the triangles and their properties, everything you learnt last week about triangles. So scaling, isosceles, right angle, equilateral triangles and everything about them. Use your knowledge of multiplication and formula today, and apply your knowledge to solve problems. So, how do I calculate the area of a square? Let's go over that again. Calculate the area of a square, I'm going to be doing height times base. Okay? Now, you can do this along with me if you want. You can pause the video now, you can go and get a piece of paper, make it into a square, so you cut the end off so they're the same size. And you can do this with me if you want. If not, you can just watch. So, fold the square to make a triangle. Right, if I fold the square to make a triangle, what am I going to be doing? What did you do? Hopefully you did this. You're folding this over back on itself and you will have a shape that looks like that's on the board. There's my triangle. So what effectively did we do there? Well, what we did was halved it. So we did the height times base and then we divided it by 2. And I'm going to come back to that in a moment. Let's see if this works with a rectangle. So if you want to, you can pause the video now, go and get just a sheet of paper, don't do anything with it, that would then be a rectangle, and you can do it here. So does it work if we do it with a rectangle? Do the same thing. Fold it over. Does it work there? Yeah, there's my triangle. I've got 2 triangles now, but what am I doing? The formula to find the area of a rectangle is height times base. To find the triangle then, I'm then dividing it by 2. So the formula to find the area of a triangle is its height times base, and then I'm going to half it. Okay, because you can see that when I half these shapes, they become triangles. Just to reiterate that, area of a triangle is its height times its base divided by 2. So here is my triangle. Its base is 8. Its height is 6, so now I'm going to go figure out what its area is. So let's think of the formula. Height is 6, so area equals 6 multiplied by its base, which is 8, and divided by 2. So I know that 6 times 8 is 48, and if I divide 48 by 2, I get 24 centimetres, and when we're working with area, it's still squared. 24 centimetres squared. Let's have a look at another one here. This time you can see its base, well, it's the other way around to start with. So its base is on the side, 4.5, and its height isn't actually in the shape either. Sometimes its height could be in, oh, it's not going to move for me, is it? Sometimes its height could be in the middle of the shape. That would be nice and easy for you. Sometimes it's on the outside. You'll see in a moment, sometimes it's within a different shape. But we'll come to that in a minute. So let's have a look. So its base, area is height times base divided by 2. So its height is 12. Its base is 4.5. Dividing that by 2. So I know that 4.5 times 12 is 54. Work that out however you need to work that out. You can do 12 times 4, then you can do 12 halved, because 0.5 is a half, so that would be 6. Add together, get you 54. You can use a column method. Just remember, take the decimal point out, add it back in afterwards. It's completely up to you, however you want to do that one. So 54 divided by 2, 27 centimetres squared. What you can do now is pause this video. If you are in green group, I'd like you to have a go at task 1 here, just doing some fluency of that. If you are in blue group, pause the video now. You've got 4 fluency to do, and then I'd like you to replay the video. So, here is my next problem. You should now be familiar with the area of how to find the area of a triangle. It's base times height, and then I half it, divided by 2. So this shows a shaded triangle inside a rectangle. The base of the triangle is half the base of the rectangle. That's an important part. The base of the triangle is half the base of the rectangle. And it's asking me what is the area of the triangle. Bit of a spelling mistake. So let's label what we know. First of all, we need the base. And it says the base of the triangle is half the base of the rectangle. So if the base of the rectangle is 16 centimetres, base of the triangle must be 8 centimetres. The formula for area in a triangle is height times base divided by 2. I know the base, let's now look at the height then. I can see this triangle goes from the bottom of the rectangle to the very top of the rectangle. So it tells me on the side here that that is 9 centimetres. So the height of my triangle must be 9 centimetres. So now I know that area equals the height, which is 9, times its base, which is 8, and I'm going to divide it by 2. So I've got everything I need from the problem. 9 times 8 is 72, divide that by 2, 36 centimetres squared. What I'd like you to do now, if you are in green group, I'd like to move on to looking at these problems. Read it very carefully. You're looking within rectangles and squares here. Once you've done that, all of your answers are at the bottom, as I'm sure you've already seen. If you are in blue group, you are going to do those problems and then move yourself onto these mastery problems. You should be a step ahead as you didn't have as much fluency to do. Okay, and just like normal, your answers at the bottom, which I'm sure you've already seen as well.